Hello, my name is Anastasia Eleftheriou and I am the CEO of a Cypriot company called T.R.I. Technologos Research and Innovation Services. Today I will talk about what makes sex education interventions effective, needs and expectations as they emerged from a user survey that we conducted. The problem is huge. More than 1 million sexually transmitted infections are acquired every day worldwide. 80% of sexually active teenagers between 15 and 17 years old had no formal sex education before having sex for the first time. Adding to the above, the majority of STIs have no symptoms or only mild symptoms at the beginning that may not be recognized as an STI and hence left untreated for a long time, causing several health issues. The challenge that humanity faces at the moment is the lack of access to effective digital sex education interventions, the ones that they will bring behavioral change to the population, and not just simple knowledge about STIs. Behavioral change is a complex issue, and conventional interventions fail to create this behavioral change in the population. How can new technologies such as machine learning, agent-based simulations, and serious games that are used so well in other areas of industry help make sex education interventions more effective? There is some early evidence in the literature that suggests that could be beneficial. For example, when they are used to help the users or the students better reflect about their behavior when they watch the behavior of simulated people in a population. We designed a user survey that was shared via social media, LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. The inclusion criterion was being over 18 years of age. Potential participants were informed that the data collected would be used for the purpose of the study on sex education. The measures in the survey were the following: consent, demographics, sex life, sexually transmitted infections history, sex education, and digital literacy of the user. 68 participants attempted the survey. All of them gave informed consent. However, only 51 of them completed the survey, and the following few slides will present the results of the analysis based on those 51 responses. The following slide presents the demographics results of the survey. The average age of participants was 30.18 years. 65% of the participants were female and 35% were male. The majority of participants were white, Christian, and had an advanced degree. Participants' country of residence was mainly Cyprus. However, we did have some participation from Greece, United Kingdom, and all other countries. Participants' occupation did vary. We had participants from finance, architecture, arts, consulting, education, healthcare, research, science, technology, and other occupation. 49 participants have reported engaging in sexual activities in the past, whilst 2 of them reported no sexual activities. The majority of participants identified as heterosexual. The average age of first sexual interaction was 18.82 years old. The majority of participants reported having their first sexual experience in a long-term relationship, whilst the rest reported having it in a casual relationship. 80% of participants reported having used a condom during their first sexual experience. Ideally, we would like this percentage to be much higher, closer to 100%. The average number of total sexual partners for the participants was 17, and the average number of sexual partners during the past 6 months was 1.68. It's important to note here that the past 6 months were related to COVID restrictions as well. The average largest age difference the participants had with a sexual partner was 9.52. The following is a figure we need to pay attention to. 42% of the participants never had an STI checkup in their lives, even if the average age of the participant group was around 30 years old. 82% of participants had no STI checkup in the past 6 months. However, 17.65% of the participants reported having had an STI in the past, such as herpes, HPV, chlamydia, etc. The pie chart on the right indicates the proportion of occasions of intercourse participants have not used a condom in the past 6 months. And as we can see here, 1 in 4 participants have not used a condom in the past 6 months. Only 49% of the participants reported having received any form of sex education at school. And only 19.6% of the participants agreed that they are satisfied with the knowledge they gained in sex education class at school. These two figures are really small, and we need to consider them. However, 41.2% of the participants reported being interested during sex education at school. This is one of my favorite slides. On the left, we can see at which age they received sex education at school, which is mainly after the age of 13 years old. However, when they were asked at which age did they wish sex education started at school, most of them indicated that they would like to start before the age of 13. Participants indicated that they wished there were more material related to sexually transmitted infections in sex education class at school. When we asked them to indicate some examples that they wished they were in the sex education class curriculum, they said that they would like to have more health information, more examples, comments about myths that are out there, consent, disorders, and more digital features. Participants reported that sex education at school affected their decision-making on using a condom in their sexual relationships. Also, that they would have benefited from the introduction of a digital platform on sex education, particularly about STIs, as opposed to the traditional sex education class. We asked participants to select any specific requirements they would have from a digital platform of sex education. The ones presented in this slide were the most popular, with the top 3 being security and confidentiality, interactiveness, and personalization. The majority of participants reported not feeling concerned about using such a digital platform. However, the ones that did feel concerned indicated the main reasons for concern were privacy, personal data, confidentiality, and anonymity. However, the majority of participants reported that they felt they would currently benefit from a digital platform on sex education. This slide presents a bunch of associations between different variables of the survey. However, I would like to draw your attention at a specific one that is more interesting to sex educators. In particular, the participants that they were more likely to remember being interested during sex education at school reported that they were more likely to get affected by sex education in their decision-making on using a condom in their sexual relationships. In conclusion, sexually transmitted infections is a problem troubling youth of all backgrounds, age groups, genders, and sexualities. People wished more material about sex education were provided to them. An interactive, personalized, and engaging sex education intervention will enable a wider user acceptance compared to traditional sex education interventions. People being interested during sex education are more likely to develop a positive behavioral change towards safer health choices. Security and confidentiality are key factors to consider when designing sex education interventions. Our group here in Technologos has seriously considered the needs and expectations of the participants for an efficient and an effective sex education intervention. Hence, we are currently developing an online platform called S-Guide that will break the stereotypes of sex education and will provide a cross-platform, secure, confidential, immersive, mixed reality platform that will make use of serious games, ML tools, personalization and simulations in order to bring behavioral change to the population. I hope you enjoyed our brief video. Please stay in touch, stay safe, and thank you very much for your attention.